New Thought Media Network and the Universal Joy Center are proud to bring you The Joy Show. One voice, one story, infinite inspiration. Join your host, Barbara Jean, every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time or 1 p.m. Mountain Time. Tune in live or watch anytime on youtube.com/@UJOYC. The Joy Show with Barbara Jean. The perfect way to get inspired on Friday afternoons. Only on New Thought Media Network. And please like, share, and subscribe. And now, let's join Barbara Jean on The Joy Show.
Good afternoon and welcome to The Joy Show here on Friday. Joy being an acronym for just one you. This is a place where we celebrate uniqueness and allow people to share their gifts and talents, their ideas and thoughts. So grateful that you could watch us here today and be with us today. My guest today is Lisa Parker. She is the owner of Odyssey Books and Gifts in Ajax, Ontario, Canada. And she is with us today because it is an amazing store and she is an amazing and remarkable woman. So please let us bring on Lisa Parker. Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good
Glad
to
be
see
here.
you.
Likewise.
Glad to have you. Now, you are the owner of Odyssey Books and Gifts, which is a very remarkable store. It's got a little bit of everything in there. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got into this business and where you hope to take it?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for just taking the time to find out more about Odyssey. And truthfully, I contract a little bit when I hear the word owner. In a sense, I do, because I feel like Odyssey has become an entity upon itself. It is this essence, this spirit, and to own it is, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. So
Okay. You're the
I feel like
caretaker of it.
I'm the caretaker, the guardian. I've had a vision like a couple years ago of like having the torch, its overlighting light being passed to me as its caretaker. So yeah, just that feels more aligned
I love that. I love
with
that. The
me.
caretaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's my journey really started there like in 2001, when I was asked by the original owner or caretaker, the visionary behind Odyssey, Debbie. She started Odyssey in 1997 after
Okay.
she received a profound vision in her meditation to start it. And so that's a whole story in of
Yeah.
itself, how Odyssey originally became.
Yeah.
And so in 2001, she was guided to ask me to be a part of her team. And there was really only one other person. So there was like three of us. And it slowly evolved. The place itself, it started as that one unit, that the main unit. And then in 2004, Debbie had expanded it into the second unit. So we have two units in the same complex, which sometimes throws people off and is like, oh, can't you just open it up? I'm like, nope, they're individually owned. We have two separate landlords. And
Okay.
and it's grown and evolved, and the community has grown and evolved, and it's been such a huge part of my spiritual journey and my own growth and unfolding in being, a part of the fabric of Odyssey throughout the years.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a metaphysical.
Bio has. Oh, there we go. Hello.
There we go. You froze for a second.
What's that?
You froze for a second.
Mhm.
So it's a metaphysical bookstore. So it covers all kinds of occult type things and metaphysics and you name it, it's in there. Anything to do with that
Mhm.
spiritual evolvement, regardless of which path you choose to take, probably
Absolutely.
this
Yes.
this store could assist you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Very
love.
inclusive and just, yeah, a lot of different modalities, different tools and techniques to support different paths of our journey here. So, yeah, it's been a great blessing. And then it really was um, when Debbie decided to retire, when the store turned 25 years old, that she, yeah, offered the passing on of the flame to me and to another person at the time. And we both took it on. And then just as of last year, September,
Mhm.
yeah, it became a soul flame guardian myself. So,
Awesome, awesome. And now it's one of the
yeah,
largest stores of its
wonderful.
kind.
Hmm. So, yeah,
Yeah,
to have a small, like independent business of that kind, like where Odyssey will be 29 years old in November. Like it's just a testament to,
wow.
just the community itself and supporting this, amazing place and the people who are from within the fabric of Odyssey. And Odyssey had seen many faces over the years, as staff like come and go, and different teachers and readers who have, and some have, stayed throughout, pretty much the whole duration. And yeah, it's just such a sacred, beautiful, yeah, testament to Odyssey being, having this longevity,
Mhm.
and many more to come.
Yeah, and it's more than a store. It's
Hmm.
more like a community, is how it
Definitely.
seems to me. Yeah. Now you offer different programs there, like there's people who teach workshops and things, and then you've got all of the incredible items that people can purchase, which I've, brought a few things home myself. Um, so what is your vision for Odyssey? Like, do you have a specific vision that may not be obvious to the regular customer or member of your
Hmm.
community?
Hmm. So that's a great question. Thank you. So when this torch was passed on in 2023, from Debbie, it was such an importance to keep that legacy, her vision, her what she had created, for
Yeah,
25 years. Um, and because there was such a strong community of that has been coming to Odyssey for years,
yeah,
I personally wanted to, continue that vision and that legacy. And so my personal vision, it didn't really take root until, more this year.
okay,
And yeah, and as much as it's a, returning to, the roots of Odyssey, it has also shown me in this weaving in of my personal vision too for Odyssey, but it's just really has come through this year. And it's So I'm retaining the roots, but allowing for these new branches of the tree of Odyssey to, and it's bringing in local um, artisans, really supporting the local community
Mhm.
more so, and bringing its crafts, its tools, metaphysical tools. So I've been um, having my radar out for these local. So, like, I met a wonderful woman who makes these beautiful feather fans for smudging. And
Oh,
so I've brought them in. There is a local beeswax candle company that makes very whimsical, 100% Canadian or Ontario beeswax candles, like with of fairies, of angels, and beeswax. You know, is
nice.
such a yeah important aspect for me in my personal candle burning rituals.
Yes, I
And
stick with
another
beeswax.
yeah, one of our own Odyssey ladies who works there has started to make metaphysical candles. We have a in-person bracelet maker, wire wrapper, can make your own custom gemstone. That's been my visions, you know, infusing into the roots
Yeah.
and the trunk of Odyssey, is bringing in local artisans and yeah, and teachers. I had met at one of the ecstatic dances that I participate in. She's a drum maker, a frame drum, medicine drum maker, and she just had a workshop at Odyssey on the weekend.
Yeah, that was a workshop
Yeah,
I really wanted to
it is
attend.
bringing yeah,
Yeah,
bringing
I
in,
missed it.
you know, even more parts of the community in supporting each other, and bringing in their creative um you know, sharings and offerings, and yeah, to
Mhm.
that's kind
Uh,
of, and that vision is expanding and growing as I do as well. So
Awesome,
yeah,
awesome.
thank you.
I think yeah, I think that's kind of the case for all of us is that we tend to, we might have something to start with, but the vision tends to grow and expand as we get our feet into the soil of or the fabric of what's going on. So now tell me a little bit about you. What makes you the perfect person to be the caretaker of this incredible community? I'm going to call it a community because it really
Mhm.
is.
Well, I really don't feel that necessarily I'm the perfect person, but you know, there's others that you know, could also be in alignment with that role. But I
Yeah,
feel for, you know, 20 plus years has been Odyssey has been my second home,
yeah,
and you know, as just and I've, you know, taught a lot of classes and brought my yogic background and my love of sound and breath work into the community over the past 20 years.
yeah.
That yeah, I feel, you know, Odyssey really spoke to me, and asked me to, you know, take this on. So I feel it
Nice.
also came from the spirit of Odyssey, as having such a personal and, you know, spiritual connection with Odyssey. Um, yeah, and just, you know, my devotion and commitment to Odyssey is also, I feel, a real testament to my um yeah, having this opportunity and, you know, real like gifting to be the overseer and the guardian
Yeah.
now of Odyssey. Yeah, that's
Well, it's a beautiful space, and the staff are amazing. The people that I've met a couple of people, and it really is remarkable. Now, the different types of courses and stuff you offer are really interesting. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on this summer here at Odyssey?
Yeah, so as the store itself offers such a diverse
Yeah.
books, crystals for different people's spiritual paths,
Mhm.
same as the courses um, that are offered, try to, have different variants, like variety in that would appeal to different people's paths. So,
Yeah.
I've heard in the past that, oh, that's the witchy store, and and it's not really. Yes, we do have a lot of Wicca related classes and offerings, but we do for others too, like on the weekend, like I was just sharing with you earlier,
Yeah.
that we had a beautiful medicine drum making workshop, and that can appeal to so many different paths that weave in that heartbeat and the
Yeah.
sound frequency of I lead monthly sound and breath circle, and a cacao ceremony. There's spiritual development, psychic development. So that's kind of more of a broader range for,
Yep.
yeah, different paths that can, feel the call to participate in that. And then there's more specific. So there is, like a witchcraft 301, getting more in depth into learning how to call the quarters in and create space in that way.
Mhm.
We have an open coven that meets once a month to, bring that energy
Yeah.
and practice and build community in that way for them. And yeah, we have like a woman's new moon circle that meets monthly. So
Love it.
it's the growing of this beautiful sisterhood and women supporting women in that way.
Love that.
Um, yeah, we did have a men's circle. It just, for whatever reason, it didn't really take off. But maybe we'll bring that back again.
Yeah.
And yeah, just there's a numerology course coming up. There's an astrology um, circle that meets once a month, kind of to give the energy updates of what's going to, happen astrologically in the coming months. So you can kind of take that and, see how you navigate each week,
Yeah.
depending on the alignment. Yeah. So yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and each. So the 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 calendar of events is 3 times a year, so it covers 4 months. So the next calendar will be from September to December with new classes and new,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love
So
that.
there's
It,
something interesting happening.
yeah. And I found a bunch of books there that we would use here at the Universal Joy Center as well. Uh, New Thought books by Ernest Holmes, or um,
Mhm, mhm.
Neil Donald Walsh, Louise Hay, stuff like so. All of those were there as well. So it's not just Wiccan or New Age.
Mm-mm.
It's also
Yeah, we have a lot of books on like quantum physics and,
yeah,
yeah, just yeah, not
meditation.
meditation.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah. I love that because as we sort of embark on that spiritual journey, there's a lot of things that can intrigue or interest us. And it's nice to be able to go somewhere where you can kind of explore a lot of different paths that kind of all lead to the same place.
Mm-hmm. And it's true, like speaking from experience, my own path, and then being able to, talk with the customers that come in, and especially repeat customers that we, really get to develop a relationship with.
Mhm.
And seeing how their journeys shift and change and evolve, and they might start
Yeah.
off in one avenue, and then as they're, say, reading a book, something comes up in the book, like talking about maybe different herbs to weave in, and so then
Yeah.
we can direct them to our herb section, and we sell uh loose herbs for them to bring into their practice if they're creating intentions or, spells or whatever it is that they,
Yeah. Yeah.
and yeah, different candles and yeah, different categories that, open you up to, to further, um, deepening maybe in your original path. Like I know with my yogic
Yeah.
path, which, I've been a yoga practitioner and a yoga teacher for almost 30 years. It's opened me up to different avenues like of sound and sound frequency and the chanting, and then using the singing bowls, and so that has created a certain trajectory, and
Yeah.
then working with the breath and the breath work, and yes, just one feeds into, and there it's all interconnected in truth.
Well, it's
So
all, yeah. What we teach here at the Universal Joy Center is that there's one power, and we live, move, and have our being in it. And so, it surrounds us, it's being us, it's the energy of life. And where we take it is our own personal journey. So
mm,
we can take it anywhere. We can
hmm,
do anything with it.
yeah. And that's really the original, vision that Debbie had in 1997, and why she chose to
Yeah.
call it Odyssey, right? Because
Yeah.
Odyssey really is a journey, a pilgrimage for everyone.
Yeah. And I think all of us are on a journey. Like when people ask, what is my purpose in life? Well, I think it's to live fully your authentic self, whatever that means. And
Mm-hmm.
there's 8 billion people on the planet. There are 8 billion unique individuals.
Yes.
And, so there's so much for us to grasp when it comes to this journey of awakening. But it's powerful because it takes us to a greater place of peace and understanding, acceptance of each other, things like that. Like it provides a great
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to explore new things, to become more open, uh, stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. I
Yeah.
found a bunch of little trinkets in your store that were lovely
Yes, you like those charms.
too. I do. I picked up a few.
And we had not in the summer calendar, but we've had in the earlier part of the year, like a charm casting workshop. So it's
Oh,
we sell all those little charms, and people ask, well, what do you do with them? And like, yeah, they make nice little gifts, little tokens,
yeah.
um, but you can also use them as a form of divination. So you can collect the different charms and you give them a specific, meaning or interpretation, and then like ruins or any other, you can put them in a bag, and kind of as you pull one out, that could be your message, or you could kind of cast them
Uh,
out and kind of read it that way. And so it's, yeah, just another fun way to, gain some more insight
insight.
for the day, or Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. And now the workshops that you have there and the people who facilitate those workshops, how do you come across all those people? Because you got a lot of different people in there.
So we're Barbara Jean, you kind of like cut out there. I couldn't hear your question.
I was um, I was asking about the workshops that are facilitated there. How did you find all the people who are doing all those things?
So they there's a few that have been um, pretty much there for 20 plus years,
Yeah.
that has been teaching. Um, and a few of the other ones from long-term customers that they have
Hmm.
their own practice elsewhere, but also wanted to teach in the area.
Yeah.
Um, People that I personally met or know that I have asked them to come and teach because I know that their teaching, their offering, their service
Yeah.
is so important. And I know that our community would benefit so well from it. So I've asked them personally to come and teach.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's really, I mean, and not unfortunately, but how to word this. There has been, quite a few people that have come in to Odyssey looking to teach there, and I honor their of thinking of us, but it's not just for anybody to come
That's
and
right.
teach. Like we do have yeah I tune into Odyssey as well and ask if they would be a good fit, a good alignment with the
Yeah.
essence of Odyssey, and not everyone is. But
That's
maybe,
right.
their services are, more in alignment elsewhere. And that's not to sound mean or to sound, it's just, we can't take everyone
It's true.
on. And some people want to see it as a launching point too, to because we do have a great customer base that anyways, that's kind of I'm not going to go
No,
there.
I know the feeling exactly because I get people wanting to teach at my center as
Mm,
well. And it's like there has to be an alignment and
yes.
energetically it has to feel right. I
Hmm.
trust my intuition when it comes to
Yes.
most of the things I do. If intuitively it feels right, then that's the way to go. And if it feels off in any way, I just let it be because you got to be in alignment for sure. Well, we're going
Hmm.
to take a short little commercial break. And then we're going to be right back with more information and more perspective from Lisa Parker of Odyssey Books and Gifts. And do be sure to stick around because we're going to be right back with more great information. Don't go
Thank you.
away.
Please help us say thank you to all of our organizational sponsors, including the Hefferland Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, New Thought Philadelphia, Center for Spiritual Living United Life, Sunshine Cathedral, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, One Heart Retreats, Universal Joy Center, Unity Kitchener, Unity Spiritual Center Ottawa, Om Center for Spiritual Living, Satya Center, Begin Within Ministries, Center for Spiritual Living North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, and the Center for Spiritual Living Seattle, as well as all of our individual donors. On behalf of New Thought Media Network, thank you. And please like, share, and subscribe. New Thought Media Network. Come be you.
And we're back with Lisa Parker of Odyssey Books and Gifts here in Ontario, Canada, at the Ajax, Ontario. And I'll tell you, I'm really curious about your practice. Now, you teach yoga. You're also into sound stuff. Can you tell us a little bit about your spiritual journey?
Mm-hmm. You had mentioned earlier Louise Hay.
Louise Hay, yeah.
So, yeah. So when I was in grade 11, I have always been an avid reader, but it was been more like fiction and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I was having just a personal teenage crisis.
I know about
And
those.
I was like intuitively guided into a new part of the public library that I've never been before. And I went and I stood in front of the bookcase, and it was all like spiritual development, self-help books. And this book like literally jumped out at me, and it was You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay.
Mm.
And so I took it out and I was like, oh, this is very different from, and being a teenager, grade 11. But I took it, I borrowed it from the library, took it home, and it literally, there was a switch that came on in me. And I
Yeah.
was like, wow, I was like, the power of my, thoughts and emotions like are affecting my body, my reality. And it really started me on my spiritual development path. And I kept going back to that section over the years. And and then it kept, evolving, and my own journey evolved. And yeah, it was in my early 20s when I was going to university for something completely that I never
Different.
actually went. But it was me living in downtown Toronto, in this big city, like coming from, smaller Whitby growing up. I mean, it's definitely developed now, but and I really became very interested in like shamanism. And there was a lady in downtown Toronto that was teaching these workshops, and I would start to go on the weekends when I wasn't in class.
Yeah.
And that opened me up to, a huge aspect of creative visualization and shamanic journey, and going inward and meeting my spirit guide and my power animal for the first time. And it was just this amazing inner world that I was really discovering and deepening into. And then at the same time, my housemate that I was living with invited me to her yoga studio. And this opened me to then my love and continued path of yoga.
Yeah.
And so I completed my degree with my parents, who were school teachers, saying you need to get your degree. And even though my my interest totally shifted during those
Yeah.
years at university into like, I really wanted to go deep into my spirituality. And so when I graduated, I stayed in Toronto for another year, and I ended up taking my reflexology certification, which
Good.
has also been a lifelong, since then, modality that I've shared with people.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then yeah, I did my yoga certification in 2000, the summer of 2000, and had been teaching up until COVID
Good old
with
COVID.
Yeah, good old COVID. With many, different branches of that yoga tree opening and blossoming, I did get more into the healing modality, taking my Reiki levels, weaving it into my reflexology practice, opening into um, different breathwork techniques over the
Mhm.
years, like the Stanley's Groff, the holotropic breathwork, the rebirthing, the Wim Hof, and initially weaving it into my teaching of yoga, where I taught at a yoga center in Greenwood, Ontario.
Yeah,
And then when they closed, I brought that teaching into Odyssey, and that would have been like around in 2004, 2005, and then started to teach primarily through Odyssey. And yeah, just evolved. Like I really became not just fascinated, but I brought such a rich understanding or understanding into my own
yeah,
energy body, the chakra system, and I really dove deep into teaching about the chakras through my yogic path, and then kind of, in a sense, bringing it to those who didn't teach or didn't practice yoga. So I taught a yoga series, a chakra series at Odyssey,
yeah.
and yeah, and then started a sound and breath circle, which I taught monthly for over 7 years. And yeah, when, when COVID came and our classes, we, weren't, we were, couldn't have
Closed for a bit.
people in our classes for, yeah, then I gave the Zoom thing an
Shucks.
opportunity to try that out. And I'm just such an in-person person. Kind of. So it did for
Yeah,
a little bit, and I was, glad to be able to connect with my Odyssey community that I wasn't seeing in person,
yeah.
online. And then I celebrated when we could go back into person. And
Yeah, COVID really kind of changed how we do business in so many ways. Like I'm finding I'm still doing online, like I can't seem to get people out of their bedrooms or wherever they
Mhm.
are, which,
Yeah,
is kind of interesting as well that there's still those that don't want to travel or don't want to be
yeah.
in person. And yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by that actually.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of still being able to, gather and connect with
Mhm.
people like online, like we're doing right now,
Exactly. Yeah.
and having places that do offer in person. And I will say, there's many unfortunate things about COVID overall, but one thing that I will say as being a silver lining
Hmm.
is it did open a lot of people up to questioning, their own daily lives and their own reality. And, I really saw so many new people come into Odyssey during COVID.
Yeah.
Like from, the end of 2020 to like 2021, 2022, like really people wanting to go deeper into their own spirituality and what and seeking. And
Yeah.
so yeah, that was like a big turning point in a lot of people's lives. And to have, again, Odyssey as the safe place for, new people coming in, like questioning, and, the lovely, ladies of Odyssey. There's four main people that, they each, have their own, unique ways of, navigating with the customers and offering
Yeah.
their own practices and insights. And it's really been a huge benefit to,
Yeah.
to this new awakening community. And
Yeah.
I'm
So
sure
when you
you
look,
probably noticed that too in your own podcast and teachings, right?
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Different, different people coming from all over the place. Because I'm online, I've got people across Canada and in the US that attend. And it's a whole new game because of Zoom. We're able to do stuff that we couldn't do before. And I was kind of lucky because I've been using Zoom ever since it came to be. I was teaching classes for people who were long distance. I was
Mm,
teaching on Zoom ahead of the COVID shutdown. So when it shut down, I was able to just continue. It was quite
okay.
easy for me.
Mm,
But I'm curious when it comes to your own personal thoughts about things. How do you feel about the world overall at this point? Like, I hear so many people talking about, oh, it's so terrible. It's never been this bad. And I kind of question that because I think of the Depression and I think of what was going on through the Vietnam War and, what was happening. There's always been something, you know.
mhm.
I don't know that. What are your thoughts about the current state of the world?
Mm. I do keep, an ear into what's happening, but I
Mhm.
don't necessarily go in depth to everything daily as it's happening.
Yeah.
Um, I've always been a person who's been very optimistic,
Mhm.
and especially during my own spiritual journey, I've seen and have had, visions of what is this new earth that is shifting.
Yeah.
And I really feel that we're at this, precipice of um, a lot of old structures crumbling.
Yep.
And, unfortunately, there is a lot of, destruction and confusion and chaos. And it's not that I'm um, like putting my head in the sand over that. I do recognize that that is happening,
Mhm.
but my personal practice is daily to infuse the earth and humanity and all other sentient beings here in this golden love frequency, in this high vibrational, what I call Christ consciousness.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, some might say, oh, Lisa, you're like this putting rose colored glasses on, or this Pollyanna, but it's not. It's,
No, it's not.
this is my practice and how, I feel that there really is this shift happening, and it maybe seem, it's happening under the surface because a lot of transformation and growth we don't see, it doesn't come full bloom right away.
No, it
And
doesn't.
it's happening under the surface and through
Yeah.
me and you and these communities that we're assisting, like
Yeah.
Odyssey and your Joy community. And yeah, maybe this is not answering your full question, but so personally, yeah, I don't focus a lot of my energy on conversing about the states of affair of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do listen to different sides, and
Hmm.
some sides, that other people might have deemed conspiracy theories.
Hmm.
I keep my foot in them. And I assimilate what resonates with me
Yeah.
and what my own inner guidance system is, you know, um, clarifying for me in
Yeah.
what's really happening. And yeah, I,
Well, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I know what's going on in the world, but I don't sit and watch the news 24/7. I
mhm,
don't want to. I don't want to give energy
mhm,
to that negativity. Does it exist? Yes. Is it going on? Yes. It's always been going on. Right now, I think you're right about sort of there being an undercurrent that's beginning to disrupt things. And I think of it sometimes a little bit like spring cleaning. When you do your spring cleaning, you kind of empty all the cupboards, and you make a hell of a mess as you go in and you know clean things up. And I think that's what's happening in our world right now, is that there is a lot of disruption in the way things have been done, and the world is saying, yeah, okay, that's fine, but there's a new order, there's a new way. And I think we're starting to wake up to something different.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. And I can feel it. I can feel
Mhm.
the shift. And it's been like really happening these past like 5, 6 years, even
Yeah.
more so. Like I know it started at the harmonic convergence in 1987, this deep
Yeah.
shift. But yeah, like these past 6 years, like there's been
Hmm.
a lot of, yeah, openings. And yeah, it's as much yeah, as much as there's a lot of, yeah, unjust and unsettlings in the world, it is exciting times as well. Like
I
we
agree.
really are, I feel, yeah, shifting into this new way of living.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, it's so important to have, these safe spaces for
Yeah.
people to come and sometimes people come into Odyssey and they are frightened. They are living in fear because they have been
Yeah.
listening to the news and what's going on. And, they don't know, like, how to regulate their nervous system, or,
Yeah.
they're questioning. And so, for us to stay rooted and centered and to be, in a sense, safe places,
Yeah.
even just as a listening ear, even if we
Oh,
don't have the
okay.
answers to it, to listen to them and to allow for their, just their sharing and of their deepest points of themselves. And that's the beauty also of Odyssey. Like you were saying, it is more than a store. It's not like you come
Yeah.
in and we're just trying to sell you something. It's,
Yeah.
we really care about the energetics of of our customers. And
Yeah.
And if that's for them just to come in, just to sit and just to, maybe, share what they're going through and have a listening ear, and then they get up and leave. That is beautiful, and that is perfect. And, that's part of, the importance of me being there, and
Yeah.
just to hold space for others.
I think that's one of the most important things. I think few people are listened to. And I think anytime you find someone who's willing to listen to you, not formulating a response, not deciding on a
Mm,
comeback, but actually
mhm.
holding space for you, listening to what you're saying, and really respecting wherever you are on your path, like that's pretty powerful. That to me is
Yeah.
the most important thing, is to create that
Mhm.
sacred container. I think of it as a container, and you've created a container that actually has walls, but you've also created an energetic container that makes it a safe place. Because not all
Mhm.
walls create safety, but
Yeah, oh,
yours
yeah.
does.
Good point.
Yours
Yes.
is very warm
Yes.
and welcoming.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now you have
Yeah. And
two
that
stores side by side. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to comment on what you just said, and I feel that's the difference between hearing and listening.
Yes.
When we were just hearing someone talk, yeah, and formulating already our response, to real listening, and it comes more. It's not just from the ears. Like, listening is like our whole body presence and from the heart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
So
I
I just wanted to
love
say,
that. I
um,
love that. Well, I'm hoping that through this show that, more and more people will find you either online or, coming into the store. And it's odysseybooks.ca for anybody who wants to go online and see what you can purchase. There's lots of things
it's
there and courses.
or Barbara Jean, it's odysseybooks.com.
Oh, odysseybooks.com. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
that's
Oh,
okay.
dear, 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 dear. Odyssey.books.com. Yes,
Yeah.
odyssey.books.com. So be sure to go there, check out the website, and see what they have to offer. Um, I also wanted to say that, each individual is on a personal journey. And I often tell people that life is interesting because it doesn't have a destination. We're
Mm.
journeying along, and it's really about being involved in the journey. And how would you speak to that?
Well, that's really the essence of even the meaning of Odyssey. What
Yeah.
Odyssey is, it's our personal journey and our own Odyssey.
Hmm.
And yeah, and for me, the beauty and the gratitude I've had for excuse me, for being witness to my own personal
Hmm.
Odyssey,
Yeah.
and for the customers over the years. Like I've said, um I started working at Odyssey in 2001, so it's been, you know, quite a few years since I've been there. And to see and witness people, especially, when they are repeat customers and come in, and I see when they first came in to Odyssey, like their very first time, and how their own personal
Yeah.
journey has grown and expanded, and how they shift and change, and even like the energy, coming out of their face and their presence. And and some have become close personal friends of mine that I've
Yeah.
met through those walls. And And so our own friendship journey has, really been a beautiful blessing in my life. And so,
Love that.
yeah, it's just, just a deep
Ah, it's
sigh of
beautiful. I love
gratitude and
that.
appreciation.
Oh, that deep sigh of
Yeah.
appreciation. I love that. Well, we're
Mhm.
down to our last 5 minutes. It's amazing how quickly these
I just
shows
wanted to
go.
share
Yeah, please.
something with you. I really, when I met you at the store last week and you were explaining, um, the acronym, which I totally love, of joy.
Just
It's
one you.
just one you. There we go. And there is an acronym that has been, foundational for my personal journey and what I bring, or I feel that I bring to Odyssey and to those who come in, and it's through SMILE. And
Mm.
SMILE's acronym is Start My Internal Love Engine. And when we can
Oh,
really
love
come
that.
from this inner place of self-love, really, then we light up. Our smile lights up and is infectious and really creates an impact
That's
into the vibration of the space
beautiful.
and to other people. So when we smile, we become joy.
We do. We
Right?
really do. So it's start my internal love engine.
Hmm.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And there's also scientific findings of when we smile.
Yeah,
Even when we fake a smile, it starts to create and release different endorphins in our body, and
yeah.
it increases our oxytocin. So, yeah,
Awesome.
anyways, I just wanted to share that.
I love that. Well, I'm glad you did because that is a great way to close out this show is remember that joy, there's just one you, and smile, pardon me, to actually begin to light up that internal aspect of love, which is what Louise Hay teaches. When you love
Mhm.
yourself, you have love to give.
Yeah.
And I think, we can't give what we don't want. We got about a minute, minute and a half left. Any last words that you would like people to get before we close off today?
Um, I want to thank you for gifting me this
Yeah,
opportunity to
yeah, thank
share with
you.
you and to share your community. And I will share this podcast with Odyssey's community.
Yeah.
And it's really, I'm having a little brain fart right now, but I think it was Lao Tzu, the great Zen master, that said, a journey starts with a single step.
Yeah.
So no matter where we are on our journey, and for those who, are just beginning, it starts with that step. And so
Yeah.
maybe it is in, taking a service or a class with you, Barbara Jean, and or coming into Odyssey. And, even if you don't know at this time what it is that you are, we can be there to support you and to guide you in however way feels right for you, and a safe space to just come and take a deep breath. And
Because we're going to love you right where you are.
yeah, right, exactly. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. This has truly been a gift. I'll be in the store soon to come and see you again because we've got some things I want to share with you as well. So thank you everyone for watching. Lisa Parker is my guest today, odysseybooks.com. Go there, check out what they have. And if you are in Ontario, check out Odyssey Books and Gifts in Ajax, Ontario. And see what you find. You're going to find all sorts of amazing things. Lisa, thank you so
Yes,
much.
thank
JJ,
you.
thank you for producing. And for all of you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next Friday as we do this all over again. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye for now.